have other members can watch. Go ahead.
Got it. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Pleasure to meet all of you. And my first question I have to Rick, actually, because I didn't get a chance to really understand what Rick did last meeting. But Rick, I now hear that you're in franchising, and when you do franchising, do you have any particular vertical that you really love being part of? And is it on a national level?
It's on a national and even international level.
Okay.
And I enjoy a number of different verticals. We really start with the client and what they're trying to achieve, those longer term goals. And then we work backwards and build a business model around achieving those goals and then match it to the right industry and the right franchise. Kind of work backwards that way, instead of not knowing anything about the candidate and just presenting a fitness concept because I like fitness or whatever. Does that help?
Yeah, definitely. So fitness is your vertical that you really like?
Amongst others too.
Amongst others, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Rick, your turn.
All right, I will ask Justin. What aspect of solar industry are you in?
Justin, you have to unmute. We can't hear you.
Residential solar.
Okay, want to elaborate that, Justin, in regards to your participation in the residential solar?
So I find homeowners and I offer a free proposal, and it's a 0 down, and they're able to cut their monthly expense in half going with solar. So that's what I do.
Okay, great. We have Andrea coming in. I believe she's a lawyer. That's your connection, Justin, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a lawyer coming in. All right, let me just welcome her. Andrea, welcome to Fire Up Connect. You're unmute, please.
Sorry that I'm late. I was in another meeting.
That's all right, Andrea. Thank you for joining us. So let me just introduce you to everyone. We have Rick Morgan, who is doing a lot of franchising for businesses. We have Timothy, who has a system for property managers. It's a really good system. And we have Jessica Powers, who does a lot of connection to target market. Should be a really good one to be connected. And Manny Larcher. Manny has a very great networking group, and he can explain that to you. But we're doing right now a Q&A. So it is recorded, just so you know, and this is only going to our organization. So it's just a simple Q&A just to get to know each other. So now we have Justin. Justin, it's your turn to ask a question.
Okay. So what kind of business do you do, Timothy?
Timothy, you have to unmute. We can't see you. We can't hear you. I mean.
I got you.
Right.
We're here. Hey, Justin, thanks for asking. So my line of business that Marie was referring to is I have an online SaaS platform for do-it-yourself property management tools. This includes the market space of the long tail of the market, which is landlords who have 1 to, like, say 150 units, and it's an underserved part of the landlord market. There's a lot of big players out there like Yardi, Appfolio, RealPage, Buildium. You may have heard of those, and they charge a premium. Clearly, they go large scale. 10,000 plus units. So we try to hover in that 1 to 250 space unit, and our ideal customers like at that 150 unit. And we provide online payments for tenants, a communications platform for the tenants, which means newsletters, documents, calendars, message boards, connect with your neighbor, garage sale. These are all like tools for the tenants. And the documents as well is really great because property managers, landlords have people moving in and out all the time, and they don't have to constantly upload documents to, parking rules, house rules, garbage rules, things like that, pool rules. So we created this nice one-stop shop, as well as we added in an expense tracker. We partnered with several people like Home Advisor, Airbnb. We have tenant screening. So across the board, we're full service. And our last nice part of the product that we just released is our premium plan, which also connects with QuickBooks for online. So you can have that automated every time payments are coming in. It's connecting with your QuickBooks. You're not doing double accounting entry.
Okay,
That's
great,
very
Timothy.
interesting.
Thank you. So who's your next?
Me again?
Yeah, I guess that's all right. It's just us.
I'm going to have to go with Jessica because she asked me a question last time, but I didn't get a chance to get the question.
Okay.
So Jessica, I understand that you're starting to work with the radio as well. And I was just sort of curious, do you have any topics of focus that are outside of your business? Or is it just sort of an open, forum when you're on your show?
Well, actually, that was my first time being on radio. So I guess I'm kind of finding my voice to be visible that way. But I would like to do more. So some of the topics that I'm really passionate about, jumbling in my mouth. Some of the topics that I'm passionate about are around creative wellness and the kinds of services that either advocate for that or provide solutions for that, and kind of like the heartbeat behind my brand with business development. So it's really important, especially now with managing life and business working from home. So we'll see where that takes me. It might be a book, it might be my own podcast or something, but for now I'm kind of getting my feet wet.
All right. So Jessica, who do you want to ask next?
And thank you for the question. Let's see. Manny kind of went, but I guess I can ask him a question. Hi, Manny. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the East Coast. My question for you is, what is the first conference you're going to go to for professional development, and the first in-person conference you want to go to for professional development, and why?
I haven't thought about it, to be honest. I am going to an event on Thursday, Showdown Miami, which has like Paul Judge, who's a big top Black tech investors in America. So I'll be at it, and there will be about 100 people there, startups pitching. So when it comes to professional development, I love Jason Calacanis. He releases a podcast numerous times a week. And that man has made me so smart that I do professional development every single day. So if I was to recommend a podcast, This Week in Startups, and I have all the books you could think about. I have his book sitting here. I got Peter Thiel's book over here. Alan Weiss, what's up? Vern Haddish, shout out to you. So I kind of I stay current with. I love Audible, Rework, Jason Fried. But yeah, that's a little bit of me. Fun fact too, Snapchat reminded me this day 4 years ago, I was at an event and Mark Cuban was on the stage, and I was, learning from him directly. So yeah, that just made me think of that.
That's awesome, Manny. Thank you. All
I
right.
love that.
Yeah. So who do you want to ask a question next?
Jessica, me? Yeah, Jessica. I'll ask
Actually,
you
can
first.
you pick someone else, because we wanted to get everybody else. I think we have Andrea is not been asked yet, and who else?
You guys are fine.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess let me see here.
We have Andrea and Eddie.
Well, I guess I'll ask you a question. Mary, what do you do for, mindfulness, or, how do you grow your group and your membership per se? Um,
Are
and
you
I'll
asking
also
me?
just,
Are you asking me
yeah,
or Andrea?
yeah. No, I'm asking you.
Oh, okay.
Don't revert that question to me, Mary.
All right, I guess it's my turn. Go ahead. So your question is, how do I make my group grow? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, like what do you do to, ensure satisfaction and manage expectations and continue growing, right,
Okay.
on a daily basis? Yeah.
All right. Well, first of all, I have a one-on-one meetings with the people that are attending, and I actually push some sort of a collaboration with them. And once we were able to establish that they are part of everything that I do, including the marketing program. So for example, Jessica Powers is one of my members, and I have brought her into the magazine publication for Finest Women in Real Estate. I have brought into the radio show. So there's a lot of things that I expand their membership here. Actually, it's really interesting that you are asking me that, because right now, Fire Up Connect has an event called Halloween for Heroes. And we are currently actually getting some interest from companies that wants to sponsor our official events through Fire Up Connect. So because of that, this is going to be creating an official community event where we're serving other people. Like this are catered to the active military families, and the Fire Up Connect members can be a part of that project, where they can get the exposure and the promotion. We do a lot of video production. We do a lot of radio announcement. We're gonna have magazine publications for this. So I create a lot of fun things. I get bored, so I wanna make sure everybody is having fun. That's what getting ignited.
Way to go.
Yes. We wanna make sure everybody is excited, that they know that they are connecting to other people, and there's a lot of collaborations, because our time is valuable. If we don't really use the time to collaborate and really understand being creative and creating some ways to create business for each other, you really have to be smart about doing that, and that's part of what we do here in Fire Up Connect. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask Andrea. Andrea, as a lawyer, oh my God, we're so excited. What is your specialty, and what is your focus when it comes to what you do?
Well, the main field that I'm practicing right now, it's immigration.
Okay.
Okay,
And-
so I'm here working on employment visas, family petitions, driving myself crazy, but always smiling.
Okay. Yeah, Justin had gave us a lot of good feedback about you. And so immigration is, so your target market is specifically who? I mean, I know it's immigration, but who are the ones that really goes to you for your service?
Well, I would say the American citizens who want to petition relatives, either spouses, fiancés, parents that are outside the country.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna have one more question, because you still have time. So if with the COVID, going on, what is the timeline for people getting the petition through?
Well, it all depends on who is filing the petition. It all depends on whether the petition is being made here in the United States or outside the country. So timings are always different. But of course, COVID hit, especially on the consular processing cases, the cases that are outside the country, those are taking way longer. Sometimes, let's say 2 years just for a spouse petition, because the consulates were closed and everything is just behind right now.
Yeah.
But they're reopening and things. I hope that things are gonna go back to normal at some point.
Okay, and where are you based?
San Diego, California.
Oh, you are? Okay, we're practically neighbors, my friend.
What are you?
I am here in San Diego right now, but I actually live in Riverside. So you and I need to have a meeting somewhere sometime.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
We'll send everybody a picture of the two of us.
All right, it looks like, all right, Andrea, who do you want to ask question? We have Eddie that's still, that hasn't been asked.
Okay, Eddie, I have to go with you because, you know, you haven't been asked any questions. Sorry that I forgot what you do, Eddie. What do you do? You
Eddie,
have to
yes,
unmute yourself.
I work on mute and Zoom. I'm working on some disruptive real estate data technology that realtors and investors don't have access to. So we're live, we have lots of business models, but right now we're in talks with 3 investors to cut us large checks to go from a SaaS. My passion really is to disrupt Zillow to, instead of an advertising site, why don't we just try to figure out how to help the end user? And that's what we're working on.
So
Really
you're
close.
good at advertising things. I'm really bad at that.
I'm a data scientist. I do data aggregation. I'm a data aggregator and a predictive analytics guy. So I hire all the advertisers.
Okay, that's smart. I'm gonna be like you when I grow up.
Okay,
I hire lawyers to protect me. So
all right, Eddie, your turn. Who do you want to ask?
I was late because I had to type the Zoom URL.
So just ask anyone.
Anyone.
Who's not being asked yet? Is everybody got to ask? Okay, so Eddie, you're welcome to ask anyone.
Well, Timothy, I don't know you. I think I've met everybody here. So tell me about yourself and what you're up to and what's your favorite accomplishment this week.
Okay,
Well, I had a chance to introduce myself, but it's okay. I'm happy. I'm in the Bay Area like you. I believe you're in the Bay Area, correct? I had a quick peek at your LinkedIn. Of course, I cheated. But I am actually in the prop tech space, as well as I've been in the high tech staffing industry for 22 years, which I didn't share this earlier, but I started out in 98, pre.com, started my own agency, boutique, went through all of the motions from, Oracle developers through Y2K, analytics, all the fun stuff that you do, placing people like you as well. And then in 2013, I started playing around with a payment platform for my homeowners association. And it started to grow into a little bit of a hobby. I was building my first software product. And we ended up, collecting a lot of money that was past due because we started accepting credit cards to the platform. I started building maintenance requests into it. I started building newsletters, documents, communication tools for the residents to communicate with the property manager, everything SaaS-based, online. And as of 2016, we started getting really serious about the development, going after the rental market, the long tail of the market. And so we share, in both working with small landlords who are converting from, Excel spreadsheets or even paper, collecting their rent checks to online, which is really important. I think the basis behind the platform is maintenance requests and the ease of use for the tool and for the tenants, as well as the property managers tracking all of their fun, things that they need to track as a do-it-yourself landlord.
awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. That was an awesome Q&A. And so the next part of our meeting is just to do, learn something that we can all discuss. And normally I would have a speaker, but if I don't have a speaker, I open up a topic. And I wanted to talk about sponsorship, the benefits of sponsorship. And I'm going to open this discussion. So for me, I think sponsorship is very important for us to consider because it gives us a lot of marketing exposure, social media content. And we also help other organizations to promote their business. So I think that's something that we wanted to, emphasize for all of you to participate on sponsorship. Anyway, so I'm going to start with Manny because Manny is one of those high-end, event organizer. And Manny, what do you think about sponsorship for business professionals that we have in this group?
I don't know enough about anyone in the group to I think sponsorship is very hard to get. I think, I don't think I necessarily really have any sponsors. I really have paying customers and clear expectations of what they're getting. And then I have agency clients and, we build tech in-house. I think we're SEO experts. So I don't have any sponsors, period. Now, having said that, I work with nonprofits that have a bunch of sponsors. So I don't, from based off of what I've heard everyone does, I think it would be incredibly difficult to get a sponsor, to be honest with you. And then also, I just think maybe build up your social media to over 1 million followers, and then it'll be easier. So I
Okay.
guess that's my quick answer.
All right, well, that's good. That's good because you know, I can give you a story because of our Fire Up Connect. We created all these events. We started with Turkeys for Troops, where we initially had a sponsor from the American Allegiance because it benefits the wounded warriors and the veterans. And they gave us money to give Thanksgiving turkeys to each of the people that have registered. So that's that way of sponsorship. Their name is out there and they're connected to the people that they are targeting. Okay. Now we also created Halloween for Heroes. Halloween for Heroes is another event where we connect to the active military families and we give free pumpkin to each family. And now we have a company who's interested in sponsoring that because their target market are the military families. So, so sponsorship is basically, you know, you're connecting a company to their target market at the same time benefiting the community. So it's a very creative way on, you know, being a part of a sponsor, being a sponsor, and then getting a lot of the connections through the event. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my question would be, how did that come about? Did you reach out to them? Did they reach out to you?
Well,
Like, how did that happen?
well, part of it is branding. So we started the Halloween for Heroes 2-3 years ago, where we just created a Halloween for Heroes, and we invited the people that we wanted to receive the pumpkin. Okay, so we started with 50 people. Next year, we doubled the number of people. We had 100 people registered. And then the next year, it became to almost 200. So now we have enough people to go with it, to where we're identifying companies who are targeting those people. And we try to connect them. So part of it is branding. And if you are interested in creating something through Fire Up Connect, I can help you with that because that's what we do here. We create something, you know, incredible for the community. Your name is branded. If you go to Fire Up events, you'll see, I think I can send that to you and you will see all the events that we have. We're actually creating now the landing page for all the events that we created. We have also created Aging Gracefully, which we target the families of the senior community, because the person who created this event is a financial service representative. So she likes to educate people that are, you know, taking care of the elderly and in terms of the benefits. So for you, Andrea, if you are, you know, part of Fire Up Connect and you are helping, you know, US citizens for petitioning their families outside the country, it would be great for you to have an event through Fire Up Connect that we can work with you in trying to help educate those people in terms of getting their family outside the country. And so that is an event that could be an official event through Fire Up Connect that we can promote. And you'd be the person that is going to organize that, but we have a lot of members that are going to support you because they wanted to also be a part of it, where they can get also exposure. Okay, same thing with Rick. If Rick says, you know, I want to educate all the small business owners for learning how to get to a level where they can franchise it, that is something that, you know, he can do with our group. So there's a lot of opportunities here, and that we will use the radio show to announce it and to make sure that we can promote all those events. So that is what a sponsorship is. I tell you, I like to create events and I like to bring a lot of sponsors. I've done fashion shows where I had about 500 people, and the sponsors are like, I had Mercedes-Benz, I had Promenade Mall, wineries. They are sponsors, and the connection that I have with them really expand my business. And you guys have to think of sponsorship. There's a lot of value for being a sponsor. And I am opening that to you for the Halloween for Heroes right now. That is open, and you can just talk to me about it if you wanted to be a part of that. I want to welcome John Bell. John Bell just joined us. John Bell, are you available? Can we see you or can we hear you? Okay, I don't know if he is totally connected, but he's here. So that is what we just want to talk about on sponsorship. Now we're going to move on to the next part of our meeting, which is what we call business share time. This is your opportunity to share one of your accomplishments, or you can also share one of your challenges that you're dealing with, that you want people to give you some recommendation, or a specific goal that you wanted to accomplish. Okay, one of those in 1 minute, and I'm going to start with I guess I'm going to put you on the spot, Andrea, because I'm really interested in what you do. So any of those for 1 minute, okay? You have to unmute.
Do you want me to talk about an accomplishment or the challenge?
It's up to you. It's up to you. If you wanted to talk about accomplishment, a challenge.
Oh, okay. I think it's easier for me to talk about an accomplishment in a minute. So it took me 4 years to pass the California bar exam. So it was a very hard, difficult challenge in my life. And finally in 2020, I got the results and I passed, and it was the happiest day of my life. And I consider it was one of the biggest accomplishments of my life. In order to get there, I went through the struggle of time, failing multiple times, learning new things, learning from scratch, and learning how to be humble. But for sure, learning how to persist. Okay, so that's my biggest accomplishment.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, we want to celebrate that for sure. Okay, let's
I've been
move
celebrating
on.
for a year.
Yes, let's move on to Eddie.
I'm making a slight pivot because I'm tired of people not know what language I'm speaking when real estate's the largest asset group in the US. So I'm working on writing a book called The Definitive Guide for Disrupting Real Estate in 2022. The data and technology needed to make intelligent decisions that no realtor has access to. So I'm going to write that book, send it out to everybody. Hey, see, what do you think of this?
When is your timeline of completion, Eddie?
Hopefully by tomorrow, because this is I've already written a book, and this is really, I've already written everything except for this. It's just rewording what I booked.
Wow, tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna have to make you accountable for that timeline. That's it.
This is Fiverr, so don't quote me on that
Okay.
too much.
All right, Timothy, you're next.
I actually owed Eddie an answer from the two-part question he had. So one of the biggest challenges or goals I had this week so far, which is still early in the week, but by the end of this week, in my platform, we have a payment portal, and there's a lot of friction with how we onboard our property managers and our landlords. Not a lot of friction, but there's better solutions out there these days. I mean, the technology has come so far for fintech over the past several years that this week I've made headway with a couple companies that I'm narrowing down to replace my current company with. That I had a big call with them today, and they just can't give me what I need. And they're a fairly large company. So that's my challenge this week. And my goal is hopefully by the end of next week, I can have some documents signed and start doing my new API.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Timothy. All right, Rick, you're next.
I conducted a very successful webinar this morning. It was morning my time. It was 2:30 Eastern. for
Awesome.
the Georgia Hospitality and Food Network. That's an organization to promote the restaurant, food, service type of industry. And it's not just pertaining to Georgia. They have thousands of members. I had a decent participation, but it was a very engaging event, and I'll have a lot of follow-up and potential clients.
So is it recorded, Rick?
It is recorded, and I should receive a copy of the recording in about a week.
Okay.
The content was on franchising your business, but I incorporated a lot of information devoted to the restaurant industry and a lot of positive information on outlook, consumer trends, etc.
Okay, you can send us a copy, a link to our website activity log, right? So we can all see it. All
Okay.
right, sounds good. Thank you. Manny, you're next.
Opportunities and challenges.
Yes,
Um,
whatever you want.
yeah, I think it's an opportunity to just get more organized and efficient um, with my team that I'm working with. And challenges would be um, yeah, I don't know
So what's your
challenges.
goal? What's your goal
Lack
for,
of motivation.
yeah, what's your
Huh?
goal for short term?
Short term, well, I think it's, I'll go in, I mean, it's getting, press releases that we're working on getting out, announcing a new CEO for Collaborate and Elevate, Jackson Lagerway, who's a young student, 22, Santa Clara University. So we have a bunch of things that we're getting out and, yeah, I think just continuing to grow every single week, honestly, 10% minimum month-to-month growth. So that's basically the trajectory we've been on since, COVID started. So just really continuing that and figuring out better tools. Oh yeah, Jetty, JETI.app. That's a cool young 23-year-old entrepreneur that I'm working with, who will, in my opinion, I think it's probably one of the best startups coming out of the Midwest. So yeah, Jetty, it's the new app.
Okay,
And yeah, just helping that grow specifically, I guess, if I had to
all
center
right.
in.
Okay, thank you, Manny. Jessica,
I just came back from an Impact to Millions event with Selena Sue this weekend, and I'm really excited because there's a lot of my people there, and I'm following up and went VIP. So it'll be great to see what opportunities come from that. Yay for investing in myself.
all right, awesome. All right, thank you, Jessica. Justin.
I'm gonna go with my goals. So with solar, my goal is to at least close 1 to 2 deals a week. My first month, I closed 2 deals. This month, I've had 6 customers. They've been a struggle, so I've been struggling with them when it comes to appointments. Sometimes they don't show up to the appointment or provide all the information that I need to get them a proposal. But tonight, I have a meeting with a customer, and I hope I close this deal tonight. And tomorrow, I have another meeting with the customer. If I close these 2 deals, it'll be $7,000. And my goal is to be able to at least close 1 to 2 deals a week.
Awesome. Okay, that is actually incredible. Make sure that you guys can provide comments and suggestions, recommendation on chat for each other after hearing what you've heard. And so what we're gonna do now is, this is where we wanted to collaborate. So just wanna let you know before we start doing the collaboration, there's gonna be a new radio show coming out, Real Men of Real Estate. And this is October 3rd, Sunday at 1 p.m. If you guys wanted to listen and call, you can use the phone number I gave you and you can call them. And again, this people are very well connected. They can definitely give you some referrals if you connect with them, all right? Okay, so right now we have an amazing group of people, and let's talk about how we can collaborate. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ask everyone, if Andrea is in the immigration, who's here can connect people to her? Raise your hand. Okay, Timothy, can you share who you're gonna be able to connect with?
Absolutely. So Andrea, I'm not sure, are you doing H-1Bs as well? I'm assuming, or is it more?
Yeah, no, I'm not into those yet
Okay,
because those require a little bit more of logistic.
okay, because in my staffing and recruiting business, I do have people who either are coming to the US or are here to US, trying to make that move from, H-1Bs to green cards. So that would be a place where I thought I could have helped you out, and I'd be happy to if you ever get into it.
Thank you.
Okay, great, Rick.
I'll connect with people who are looking to establish a business in the US. And they're visa candidates. So they're either an L or an E2 or looking for that green card.
Yeah, that would be great.
So
Thank
I
you.
think you'd be a great resource to help them.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right. So who can connect people to Timothy in regards to property managers? Raise your hand. Jessica, go ahead.
I'm pretty connected in different real estate communities, investor groups, joint venture capacities. So depending on what you're looking for, who you want an introduction to, I may be able to open some doors depending on where you're focused. I don't know if you're all in the US or just a certain area, or if you can work outside the US, but from what I understand with your service product you're offering, it could help streamline a lot of things. So we can set up a call so I can learn more about what you're doing.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Love to.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, so let's move on to Eddie. Who can refer people to Eddie? And if you don't understand what his target market, you can also ask the question. Raise your hand. Okay.
Well, I mean, I feel like Timothy and Eddie could benefit from a conversation, even if it's a little different with what they're working on. They would understand the tech aspect of things, at least, and they're looking for the same target market as it relates to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm gonna talk to Timothy because there's a lot of potential here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, and that's what I think so too. Timothy and Eddie, something will probably make sense for both of you to be connected because you're both in the real estate arena. And I think the system could make sense to be connected. So just keep that in mind. That's what I saw when Eddie came in and you're here. I was thinking you might be a good, very smart way of connecting. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Just really quickly, Eddie. Yeah, I mean, my landlords are owners, they're investors, and they could always benefit from better tools than what they're getting, right? And if you have the analytics, that's killer.
And
Because they
Mhm.
yeah,
bomb. So
yeah.
so,
All right. And Eddie's market is real estate professionals, investors, and even business owners actually, because they could be targeting locations and they need economic data and might be good for Rick. Rick, this is something that I think you and Eddie should really look into his system, because this could be a good tool for your business owners in regards to finding locations. So think about that. That might be something you might want to look into. So Eddie, really get a hold of Rick, okay? Manny, for Manny, I think he is, I'm still unsure about your target market. Who can connect people to Manny? Or you
I
have a
might be
question?
able to because he did. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
He had mentioned he works with some nonprofits, or some of his clients are nonprofits. So it sounds like he helps with events and campaigns around the promotional aspect of things. So given that, I think just some nonprofits would also be a good start, some advocacy spaces.
Okay. All right. And for
Yeah,
Jess,
and
oh,
and yeah, I don't think I got a good introduction, but I work directly with CEOs, angels, VCs, fortunes, to help them grow. Period. So we're basically management consulting, and there is a lot on Google. So feel free to Google my name, which is what I recommend. That's what I would do before I hire anyone. But you could see a lot of examples of work that I've done.
okay. So there's a lot
So
more
you
to
should
learn.
basically talk to Timothy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I was saying that you would be now that you explained you're a management consultant, it sounds like you should also talk to Timothy with what he's
Timothy,
looking for.
Yeah. Oh my God.
yeah,
there-
no, I mean, I could drop my LinkedIn. I'm happy to talk to anyone in the group. I think everyone's working on cool stuff.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Justin. Yeah, I was thinking about dropping into Manny because Manny, you know, I may be too small for your firm at this stage.
No, we
Based on-
started $5 a month.
I saw that.
So yeah.
But yeah, there's some things that we're doing. Actually, we're moving around in the SEO space, and we really need to start building that social network to get our followers and things like that. So I'd love to have that chat. But I could also refer some of my clients that come to me as well that I do software dev projects for that still could use your services as well. So I'd be happy to.
I mean, right now I'm looking
Recommendations to everybody.
for a DevOps. Actually, yeah. So since you said that, I'm looking for, you know, a DevOps. If you have any experience for, okay, yeah, it's a startup.
Drop me an email and I can look
Yeah,
at it.
just put your connection information on the chat, and everybody would need to save that anyway. All right, so for Jessica Powers, who can you connect with her? And I don't know if you understand what Jessica's looking for, so questions also, you can ask questions.
Well, I put my mini intro in the chat, but what I didn't fully put in there was my target market. So I work with real estate, health and wellness, and personal dev markets. So within that capacity, if you know someone needing a broker, a community manager, a liaison, I work with CEOs and owners, but can also do the fulfillment for the relationship management of those partnerships. So
Okay,
all
perfect.
through those.
All right, so keep that in mind. Again, this is where, you know, the more you get to know people, the better you're going to have resources. And if you're able to benefit each other, definitely there's more business for all of you. We have Justin. Who can give business to Justin? He's in the solar business, and I believe Jessica is also doing solar. So I think part of it is when you're both in the same business, you can actually collaborate on marketing and figure out how it can work for both of you. This is never a competition. This is where you actually take initiative in working together in marketing your business together, and because you share expenses and you can make it all work for everybody. Okay. So think very creatively on that one. So who can provide connection to Justin? And I believe he is looking for homeowners, right?
Well, it seems like Timothy might also have some good connections just with knowing a lot of property managers. So.
Yeah, and Timothy also, I think, is in now an ambassador for solar, right? Timothy? You're please unmute.
Yes, I did sign up for the ambassadorship, and it was something that I was going to offer through my platform for the service. But I'm not sure if Justin is he with your?
Yeah, he is a consultant, and Jessica also is a consultant. So, but he is in the Arizona area. Jessica is in New York area, and you are in the San Francisco Bay, right?
Yeah. So anything outside my homeowners associations, because most of them you can't really mess with the common area roofs unless they own the roofs, which the ones I have do not. But I'm happy to refer any of my owners over, property managers. We can work on some collaborative marketing efforts.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Again, it's never a competition. It's about collaborating, and that's how you can make it work. Okay. So who did I miss? I think I've covered everybody, right? So this time I'm just gonna ask for feedback in regards to your experience. I'm gonna go ahead and ask Andrea. What is your feedback for the group in terms of your experience today?
I love it. I like the concept. I feel bad because I feel like I cannot connect anyone to anyone.
No, it's okay. And that's part of, Andrea, that's part of learning, because you are concentrated on your target market, but sometimes the people that you connect with will be a good fit for the people that you know. The thing is, you need to know who they are and what they offer, because that's going to extend your business. To be honest with you, that's what I have been in so many years is I got to know people on terms of what they do, and I'm able to give them, I funneled some of the business to them, and they ended up giving me more business. And the thing is, you want a lifetime referral from everybody. And
Yes.
so the more you benefit them, the more it will benefit you, because they will keep you in mind if you bless them also with your connection. So that's
And
really,
I also would like to get more info about what you mentioned in regards to branding. I also
Yeah.
have my own practice, and I'm trying to build this business, and of course, branding is important.
Yes.
Is that something that I can talk to you afterwards on another time?
yes, definitely, Andrea, because one is I'm working on a pilot for a TV reality show, Finest Women in Real Estate, and you might be a good fit for that. So there's a lot of things I can get you involved. We have a magazine for Finest Women in Real Estate that you can also put an article in there. And we have a radio show that you can be involved. Okay. So there's a
Awesome.
lot of things that we can talk about. So just make sure that we connect. Thank you for being here. Now, Timothy, this is your second time. What do you think about our meeting? Unmute.
Indeed, unmute. Like Eddie, I live in that space. It was good to see Rick and Jessica again. You guys have a lot of contribution. I think the format's great. Meeting new people, and even Andrea. You may think that you might not have a connection, but tomorrow I can get a phone call, and there might be something like right up your alley. Any happen to any of us,
Sure.
just refer them over. So don't be surprised. So I like what everybody's doing. I think it's great.
Okay, and Manny.
Yeah, no, I like the meeting and happy to connect and grow from here. Follow up. That's all it's about, right?
Yes.
So happy to follow up.
All right, thank you, Manny. And then we've got the regular members. I'm gonna go ahead and ask Rick.
Yeah, I like the format. Everybody participates, contributes. It's consistent, and I'll be back, of course.
Okay, all
Every 2
right,
weeks in a row now.
awesome. Jessica.
I liked our topic today. I mean, there's the usual things I love, but today I especially wanted to talk about our mini discussion about sponsorship, because I think there's a lot of creative ways we can be more visible that is within our reach more than what we think of a sponsorship opportunity looks like. So when you mentioned what Fire Connect is doing, or Finest Women in Real Estate, with the Turkey for Troops and all that, it made it feel like more relatable with the community aspect of what we can do in our local, create local partnerships that way, but also on a more intentional level with what you're already creating. So I liked that you made that applicable, where sometimes we think sponsorship means no one will give us the time of day without all the visibility, but sometimes it's just supporting your local things right in your backyard. So I really appreciated that.
All right, thank you, Jessica. Eddie.
Well, I'll give my 2 cents. I met a guy who was one of the ex-CXOs of Salesforce years ago at Starbucks, and he wanted me to turn my system into data as a service business, which I sort of blew off, and I thought he was an idiot. And he invested in some blockchain and prop tech, and then he said, well, they didn't succeed, so why don't we have coffee again? So 2 years later, he wants to meet with me. That's the
Awesome. So
benefit.
networking is a good thing, right?
That was my point, yes.
Okay, Justin. Unmute, and you have to unmute.
I love the meetings. The first couple times that I came to the meeting, it took me a little bit to get comfortable and used to it. But the more that I come to the meetings, the more comfortable I feel and get to know everybody. And I feel that connecting and networking is very good. I met Marie about a year ago, and Marie has opened up many opportunities for me. So being able to connect with different people and be able to get yourself out there will help you become successful in what you do.
Oh, thank you, Justin. All right. Well, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed this meeting. And again, we're gonna have our next meeting Friday at 11 a.m. There's definitely, we're gonna have a lot of people there. We're doing some campaign again. We're inviting about 100 people a day. So if you guys wanted to attend the Friday 11, it's gonna be, of course, you'll meet new people and also just keep learning more about the people that you already met, because for the, the more you ask questions about each other, the more you get to know and the more you establish the relationship. All right, well, thank you so much. Make sure you save your chat, and we're gonna go see you again on, what is this? This Friday at 11 a.m. And don't forget, we have I'll be on the radio show at 11 o'clock, at 3 o'clock p.m. Sunday. I have the number. Did you guys get the number? Andre, did you get the number for the radio show, just in case you want to ask a question? I can,
No, where can I see that?
here,
I'm gonna copy and paste it again. I'm copying it right now.
Thank
okay,
you.
perfect. So make sure that you participate, because I can have you guys be a part of the radio show. We can interview you. And Andrea, here's my number. Okay, and if you want to connect with me and we can schedule a time, that I would love to work with you in branding. Okay.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Have a
Bye,
nice
nice meeting you.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice meeting you.
Make a lot of
Miss you
business
all.
and money. All right.
Sounds good.
Oath.